I'm Mike Salisbury. I'm the blog author of A Family Skiing in Maine, and on Twitter I'm Maine Ski Family, and welcome to our video on Ski Tuning 101 where we're going to talk about waxing skis. So the first thing we want to do is talk about all the equipment that you need in order to do a good ski wax on your skis. And so the first thing is to get a ski vise, and that's where your ski is going to rest on as you apply the wax. And the ski vices are right here, and that's where the ski rests on. The second thing you need is a couple of things to get these brakes out of the way and make sure the ski is attached to the platform appropriately. So I'll be showing you how to use this brake to get it attached to the ski, and these rubber bands are a good way to get these brakes out of the way so you can get the iron nice and smooth across the ski. So of course when you wax your skis you're going to need some wax, and so I use a two-wax system when I wax my family skis. The first being a red warm temperature hydrocarbon wax. This is my first wax layer. I put it on and scrape it right off immediately, and that's just a good way to clean the base and prep the base for the actual wax I want to use for the ski. And the second wax is a floral universal wax. It's an all-temperature wax. I get it from a company called racewax.com, and they have a lot of good waxing equipment there. This is just a general all-temperature wax, but if you want to get really into a lot of specialty waxes, if you have races in your family, racewax.com is a great place to get that and any of the tools that I have here up on the board. Of course, to apply a wax, you're going to need an iron, and this is an actual waxing iron. It's a lower temperature than your typical household iron, and as you can see, I've used this quite a bit, and it's pretty messy, so you don't want to use Mom's household iron, and she's going to get pretty angry at you. So this specialty wax iron for skis is available at Racewax as well. You're going to need some brushes. I use a two-brush system. This is a more stiffer, has some wire bristles in the middle of the brush. I use this to prep the ski and to do the initial brush of the ski. And then this is a more softer nylon brush, which is the finishing brush that I do after I apply the wax. And lastly, it's just good to have a little paintbrush. You're going to have a lot of wax particle and residue on the ski, so it's just a good way to get it off the ski. And so that's all the equipment you need. All right, to get started, we're going to need to attach the ski to the base and get these brakes out of the way. And so the first thing with the brakes is with just a rubber band, you can just take these and just wrap them right around. And that just gets the brakes out of the way so you have a surface to work on that's free of the brakes. And then the other thing you do is just wrap this right around the binding. And when you buy your vise, you usually get a tool like this that allows you to attach the ski right to your ski equipment. First thing we want to do before we actually put wax on the skis, we actually want to brush the ski, and we'll use our more stiffer bristle brush to do that. And we're going to go from tail to tip, and so it's a little bit backwards than what you normally do. And you just want to press down pretty hard and just brush your ski tail to tip. And what this does is it gets out any of the old wax or any of the dirt that you might have picked up on the ski slope, and get your ski ready for the wax. So once we've got the ski brushed, it's now time to put on the wax. And the first thing you need to do is you need to turn on the iron, of course, so having it plugged in. And there's typically a temperature gauge here, and I typically like to set it around 100 degrees Celsius, maybe 110. And the first wax we're going to apply is the red warm hydrocarbon wax, and this is basically our cleaning wax, and we're going to use this initially to put the base wax on, and we'll scrape it right off immediately. That just gets any of the other grit and grime out, and also warms up the ski to get it ready for the actual wax you want to use. And for this particular type of wax, this hydrocarbon wax, you're going to drip it on, and all you do is you just hold the iron over the ski and you just put the wax on the iron, and you'll see here it just drips. And you'll just want to put a bead of wax all the way up and down the ski. Now that we've got the red hydrocarbon wax on, it's just a matter of ironing it. So with the iron on, you don't have to press down hard. All you're looking to do is to just melt the wax on top of the ski. And you don't want to have the iron too hot. If it's too hot, you can risk burning your base. And so as you pass the ski over, the wax will actually, as you pass the iron over, I should say, the wax will actually dry right behind it. And so if you have that type of thing happening when you wax, you've got the temperature of your iron just right. Now we're going to take this wax right off. We're not even going to let it cool. We just want to get it right off the ski and get all the grit and grime that might be in the ski base. And so we're using a plastic scraper to do that. And it's just a steady pressure on the ski. And you can see the wax is coming right up. Once you have the wax off, scraped off as much as you can, you're then going to take your bristle brush again, but again from the tip of the ski to the tail this time, you're just going to go ahead and brush that wax right out of the base of the ski. And by doing this preps your ski for the actual wax we're going to apply to the ski. Now that we get the base clean, we're ready for the actual wax we're going to use. This is an all-temperature floral wax. I buy my wax from racewax.com. And this is a rub-on wax. You just rub it on like a crayon. And you try to get a nice crayon layer on the ski. And once that's on, we'll put the iron on it and melt it in. Just like before, we're going to use the iron and put in this floral wax. This is an all-temperature wax, so it really doesn't matter what temperature the snow is. This should work really well for any of your family skis. And again, you just want to have the iron set so that when you pass over it, it's just cooling right behind it. Don't want to have it too hot that it burns the skis. You should really wait about an hour before you scrape the ski. Overnight's even better, but once the time has passed, just like before, we're going to use the plastic scraper, and we're just going to scrape the wax right off the ski, and again going tip to tail. Just a nice, even, steady pressure, and the wax will come right off. For the last step of your wax process, we're going to do 2 brush passes, and we're going to get the wax off the steel edges of the ski. So your first brush pass will be with the heavy bristle brush. Then we'll use the softer nylon brush to do the final brushing of the wax off the ski. And then we're going to use this to actually get the wax off the steel edges. And to do that, there's a little notch on the side of the plastic scraper, and that is just applied on the very edge of the ski over the steel edges, and that just gets off any of the wax that might have dripped over. And here's the bristle brush, and tip to tail. I like to go down 3 times. And then with the softer nylon brush, I'll do 3 quick passes down the ski.